So, I guess you want to know why people get into search and rescue. Through my travels around the world for search and rescue, I've heard many valid reasons why people get into search and rescue. People who know my story, for example, know that I had a problem with my knee and had to find something else. And that's how I originally got into the security area, which then led to search and rescue in 2016. Because that military mentality is something that I was looking for, searching for, and I found it within this profession of search and rescue. However, it might be volunteer. It doesn't mean that it's less fulfilling for me. And this is also what's counting for many of our other search and rescue professionals and unpaid volunteers. Because one of the main reasons why I heard when I was down in South Africa with some of the mountains, so I asked them, okay, what is the reason why you got started in this first place? Well, I was expecting people to answer stuff like, yeah, I want to do it for somebody else, and I want to do something good, and want to contribute something, which is our valid reasons. I've heard that many times. But it's not the most thing that you hear from people when you ask, hey, why and how did you get into search and rescue? The most thing that I heard is because, especially with the mountain rescue guys, is they have a skill and they know they are capable, they know they are able, and either they want to reach to the next level, so they want to become more capable, or they want to do this more in a group as a team bonding, as a team effort. Because their hobby got just so escalated, they thought, okay, hey, I might do something useful with the skills that I have. Well, contemplate doing this in a group with something that I enjoy. Which is, for some people, that might be a strange reason and a strange thought, because we collectively are looking for people that are in trouble. And most of the times that is going pretty well, and most of the times that is results in a good result. But do keep in mind that it's search and rescue. We don't always get the desired result we want. We can find deceased people. It's the nature of this volunteer profession. And that's something that a lot of people, when they get into search and rescue, need to get in their heads. You need to get in your head that you're going into a wilderness environment, that you're doing this as a professional basis, that it's unpaid doesn't mean it is a less professional effort. So you'll be held to the same standards. And we see, particularly with the mountain rescue guys, is that they have those standards, they have the skills and the requirements because it comes from the technical background, usually. If you're transferring that towards a more ground-based search and rescue team, and you'll see that some of these standards are not as high as in the mountain rescue guys because they're not used to the same standards. That is where I see the NASA curriculum coming in and providing that SAR Tech 2, the essential need for that SAR Tech 2 knowledge to come in there, so they're professionally qualified. They know what they're talking about. They know how to set out a search area. They know how to deal with the issues at hand and know how to function within a crisis management structure. Because it takes a lot of hands to do a search and rescue effort. That doesn't mean that the people who will go out there and attend within a search and rescue, that particularly is wrong when they're untrained. But I highly recommend, if you are any serious about getting out there and partaking in search and rescue, it's good to go out there and support as an untrained professional, as an untrained volunteer. But know that you'll be assigned to places where you can learn, where you can train with the guys. That was one of the valid reasons. I got a little bit off track with that. One of the other reasons why people get into search and rescue is because they have or were a missing person themselves, a lost or missing person. So they know the experience and they know the pain why that they have gone through, or they know somebody that went gone through the pain, and they thought, okay, I actively want to contribute to a search effort. I want to actively contribute to a team that is making an effort to find people and deal with people that are in trouble. Of course, then there are many other reasons why you get into search and rescue. One thing that I originally came into search and rescue for is, okay, I thought, okay, let's make this into a profession. We are going into search and rescue with that motivation, particularly when you're signing up for a volunteer team. Even though search and rescue gives you a lot of opportunities because you are doing search and rescue, and you are involved with the team, you're involved with the network, and you have acquired a certain skill and knowledge, it will give you access particularly to the public safety area. And you will see a lot of people that are within the search and rescue industry are either people that do office jobs and want to get out there and do something adventurous, or are people that are already in the public safety industry and want to contribute something more than they're already doing, because they have a certain skill set that they want to deploy, for example, in a search and rescue environment. You see that a lot with doctors, for example, that are attached to a search and rescue team. Sometimes they're even on a professional basis, so they get attached from, for example, a general practitioner. But you don't see that a lot here in the Netherlands in my operational environment. At least to the point that I know of. And then we got wrong motivations. Is if you really want to find and become really good at this, the amount of education time you need to go through, the amount of work hours you need to go through, the amount of dedication you need to have to become proficient in search and rescue is something that's often very much underestimated. Particularly if you don't have somebody yet who can teach you, which is a problem. Alongside that, you need to keep in mind that search and rescue, just like with any volunteer organization on this planet, comes with a lot of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is something we have to deal with in search and rescue, unfortunately. So you need to keep in mind that there will be politics, there will be discussions at sometimes, there will be wrong motivations with people in board that maybe old school and don't want to progress things forward. But you need to analyze yourself, okay, how am I contributing towards this bureaucracy? How am I contributing towards this politics that are in play? And do I need to learn something which is called verbal judo? Big shout out to my mentor, you know who you are. Yes, that is something to keep in mind. Because that's something that I underestimated when I got into search and rescue. The bureaucracy and the politics of search and rescue. That's a whole different video in itself. So wrong reason why you're into search and rescue, particularly because to my estimates about 95 to 98% of this world in search and rescue is on a voluntary, unpaid, uncompensated basis. So if you're getting compensated for your search and rescue efforts, even if it's just for gas, so when you're driving to an area, wow, you're in luck. That is just amazing. Please send me the team name. I want to join and sign up. Because that's highly rare. Even more rare is that you get into a position that is full-time. Particularly those are particularly the best of the best of the best within search and rescue. I do think that if you want to achieve that, it's a good start to become a volunteer first and become proficient in the tasks. But if you do want to grow through, it is a long breath. It's a long effort. I'm taking my rope rescue courses soon. That is part of my continued education. Hopefully someday to do this full time, so I can teach this full time and I can do this at a non-profit basis, at a full-time basis, so we can teach everybody search and rescue that is interested in this world. All right. This is Robin from Emhance International Responder Development. We develop resilient leaders and organizations. If you want to get more training on search and rescue, go to www.responderdevelopment.com or visit nasar.org. This is Robin. I'll see you next time.